We've just come out of the McDonald Ranges, and that in front of us is, I would think it is pronounced Gosse Bluff, and we are on top of Tyler's Lookout. So we've stopped at a gravel pit on the way to Kings Canyon, where we are going to take the Mereenie Loop, and we're just in ourselves some dinner. There is a permit that you've got to purchase, and you can get that at the information centres, Kings Canyon, and we got ours at Stanley Chasm. I believe you can get it at Kings Creek Station as well, and Emmonsburg General Store. The road so far, we've gone, how far do you reckon? About 10 kilometres, and it's been quite corrugated, so hopefully it won't be like this the whole way along. We're currently doing 60 k's an hour. Someone who went through here the other day that we spoke to said that they did about 60 most of the way. We've got our tyres down by about 20 pounds just to alleviate some of the hits. The road itself hasn't been too bad with the stones, like there's no sharp stones sticking up. Watch the trees for the caravan. So we've been going for a while now, and the road hasn't changed a great deal. Sometimes we could get up to 70 k's, but mostly it's been between that 40 and 60. We did stop on the way, and we taped down the fridge and the oven just to make sure that they stayed secure. Moved things around in the fridge because stuff that was in the top shelf had fallen off down into the bottom part of the fridge, so we just made a few adjustments, and hopefully everything is all right from there. We'll soon find out when we turn up, hey? But it has been pretty tough driving. Not sure I'd be racing back to do it again. The look on Pete's face then. So we've pulled up to let some more air out of the tyres and check the caravan, and this is what Pete found. So we're hoping that it is in the only the thicker part of the tyre and not straight through. We're not going to move the rock nor the screw. So our safety Dave has not indicated that we're losing any air, so hopefully that screw has not gone all the way through. all sealed road now to Kings Canyon. Yay! That was really tough going under those conditions. It was corrugated the whole way. Wasn't much fun. Took us about 3.5 hours drive. We are at Ginty's Lookout. What a beautiful spot. If we weren't booked into Kings Canyon Discovery Park, we would stay here the night. Absolutely terrific. Plenty of room. Sure you could find yourself level spots. It's really good how they've supplied a few tables jotted around, and they also have a few bins here as well. Ginty's Jump Up Rest Area is a free camp. It's a 24-hour stopover. You can have tents, caravans, camper trailers and RVs, and you must be self-contained. They've got tables and seating, rubbish bins, Telstra reception, campfires were allowed, dogs were allowed, and you're only 27 k's from Kings Canyon. Well, my excitement of having bitumen was very short-lived. We're back on unsealed road, which again is a little bit corrugated, but not as bad as what we've been on. We were pretty happy to see the end of the unsealed road and the start of the bitumen again. We only had to continue a few more kilometres until we made our way to the Discovery Park. Coming from the north, on the left was the campground, general store and restaurant, and on the right was the reception. The staff were great and really helpful. If you're wanting to book any of their tours, this can be done through them as well. All the Discovery Parks are pretty much the same, just set up differently. Plenty of room here. This is a powered and water site that we have here. There are non-powered sites as well. We had really good Wi-Fi here. They have ensuite sites as well. They have several blocks of showers. I'll just see if I can get one there in the distance. Here are the toilets and the barbecue hot plates. Some tables. All these sorts of things are jotted around the whole park, which is really good. Some more powered water sites. And they've got a tenting section over there. There's also a general store, and it has a few items in there. It's not overly packed up. They do have frozen meat in there and some bread, which is good, and mainly the long life milks. And here I am next to the bistro. They have a They have a beer garden, and they serve meals that are quite nice, alcohol, and you can get some takeaways from here, but it is expensive again. If you don't like the prices, don't drink the beer. Pete looks like Arthur Dunger from the back with his six-pack under his armpit. Just to recap what is at the Discovery Park at Kings Canyon. So it is paid camping and it is boom gate access. They have powered and non-powered sites, cabins, and you can have tents, caravans, camper trailers and RVs. There's toilets and showers, there's gas, barbecues provided. You can have dogs. There is a pool and play area for children, a laundry, and we had Telstra Wi-Fi, plus they also offer free Wi-Fi at the park, and a dump station, restaurant, and the general store and fuel station. If you come on the Kathleen Springs walk, there is plenty of room to bring your caravans down and park. They have shelters around and also a barbecue if you want to make yourself a picnic lunch, and they also have a drop toilet. We are on the Kathleen Springs Riverwalk. The pathway has been all paved, which makes for very nice. We have signposts dotted around the area to tell you about all the things along the way. And if you can see the markings on the rock there, this ripple rock is a sign left by one of these spirit beings, being the carpet python. We're at Kings Canyon and we're going to look at doing some walks. We've already done the Kathleen Springs walk. Now we're going to do the King Creek walk, which takes about an hour. This is some of the pathway along the King Creek walk. They have signs around the place again to tell you what's what, which is great. Explains everything. Get some figs up in the tree here. Wild figs. It's really nice how they've got the path weaving through the rocks here. We're at the end of the Kings Creek walk. I think this was 2 kilometres. It said on the sign at the start. Now up here is where the rim walk is. And if I can get in a right spot, I might be able to find the bridge that is up there. There it is. And up along the tops you can also see some people so close to the edge along there. Wow. Oh, here we go.
It was all cycled to that left side.
They've done this trail up so well. Must have taken them years to do. And up here they have little statues of animals, and they give the description of what they are and what they do. So good. I must say, NT have done some great things with their national parks and how they trail them and put signs up to tell you what things are. Well done, NT.
For this part of our trip, we started at Watarrka Gorge, which was still part of the Red Centre Way. We travelled over Tyler's Pass, where we stopped at the lookout, and we got a great view of the countryside, and we could also see Gosse Bluff, which looked fantastic from that distance. We continued on until we got to the gravel pit where we stayed overnight. It was nice and level where we stayed, and it was very safe, and there were other people there as well. We then continued on until we got to the T intersection. Now, this here is all bitumen road. There wasn't a problem with that at all. You can drive down to Gosse Bluff, and that was all unsealed road, and it was quite corrugated the day that we went there. From the T intersection, we got onto the unsealed road, which was the Mereenie Loop, and you have to get a pass to get on this, and that pass lasts for 3 days. Now, this was very corrugated and tough work. We continued on until we got to Morris Pass, and this is where Ginty's lookup is, and that was a fabulous place. We would really like to go back there and actually stop overnight if we're passing through again. We then continued on to Kings Canyon, so it was still unsealed road. This part here wasn't badly corrugated, so it was quite acceptable. And then we got on the bitumen road before we got to the Kings Canyon Resort at the Discovery Park there. So that total trip there was about 200 kilometres. Now that from there to there, just to give you an idea, that took us about 3.5 hours. But don't forget, the corrugations was really quite tough going along there, because you're doing most of the time somewhere between 40 and 60 kilometres an hour.